You're exhausted, and you don't even know why. Every day you wake up trying to control things that will never bend to your will. Other people's opinions, the economy, your past, the future. You're fighting battles you can't win, and it's draining you dry. Here's what nobody tells you. The reason you're stressed, anxious, and frustrated isn't because life is hard. It's because you're trying to control things that were never yours to control in the first place. You're carrying weights that aren't yours to carry, and until you learn to release them, you'll stay trapped in this cycle of exhaustion. This isn't about giving up. This isn't about becoming passive. This is about understanding where your real power lies, and it's not where you think it is. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to release yourself from everything you cannot influence. How to stop wasting energy on things beyond your control, and how to redirect that energy into what actually matters. This is pure Stoicism. No fluff, no false hope. Just the brutal truth about control and the freedom that comes when you finally let go. Let's start with a hard truth. You control almost nothing. The weather doesn't care about your plans. Other people will do what they want, not what you want. Your body will age. People will die. Economies will crash. Relationships will end. And there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop any of it. But here's what kills most people. They know this intellectually, but they still act like they can control everything. They waste their lives trying to force outcomes, trying to make people think a certain way, trying to prevent every possible bad thing from happening. And in the process, they lose the only thing they actually have power over, themselves. Marcus Aurelius understood this. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't philosophical theory. This is survival strategy. The Roman emperor faced wars, plagues, and betrayals. He couldn't control any of it, but he controlled his response. And that's what made him unbreakable. Most of your suffering comes from one simple mistake: trying to control what you cannot control. Think about the last time you were truly anxious. What were you worried about? Probably something outside your control. What someone thinks of you. Whether you'll get the job. If your relationship will last. Whether your business will succeed. All of these things have variables you cannot control. Other people's thoughts, market conditions, timing, luck. And yet, you're pouring your mental energy into them like you can somehow force them to go your way. You can't. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll be free. Epictetus laid this out clearly. He said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." Let me translate that. You control your thoughts, your effort, your discipline, and your responses. That's it. You don't control outcomes. You don't control other people. You don't control circumstances. And you definitely don't control the past or the future. When you try to control what's outside your power, you're fighting a war you've already lost. But when you focus only on what you can control, you become unstoppable. Because nobody can take that away from you. Here's what happens when you try to control everything. You become a slave to circumstances. Every unexpected event throws you off balance. Every criticism wounds you. Every setback feels like failure. You live in constant anxiety because you're trying to manage an infinite number of variables that you have no power over. This is exhausting, and it's unnecessary. The Stoics called this living against nature. You're fighting reality, and reality always wins. Think about how much energy you spend every day trying to control things that are completely outside your power. You check your phone obsessively, trying to control when people respond to you. You rehearse conversations in your head, trying to control what people will say. You worry about what might go wrong, trying to control the future. You replay past mistakes, trying to control something that's already done. All of this is wasted energy. Energy you could be using to build something, to improve yourself, to take action on what you actually can control. But instead, you're burning it all trying to move immovable objects. The ancient Stoics had a practice for this. They called it the Dichotomy of Control. Every single thing in life goes into one of two categories: things you control and things you don't control. That's it. There's no in between. And once you understand which category something belongs to, you know exactly what to do with it. If it's in your control, act on it. If it's not, release it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't waste a single second trying to influence it. Just let it go. Most people resist this. They think, but if I stop trying to control things, won't everything fall apart? No. What's actually happening is this. By trying to control everything, you're spreading yourself so thin that you're not effective at anything. You're diluting your power by trying to apply it to things where it has no effect. When you release what you cannot control, you concentrate your power. All that energy you were wasting, now it goes into the things you actually can influence. Your mindset, your habits, your work, your discipline, your reactions. That's where your real power lies. And when you focus all your energy there, you become a force. Let me give you a framework. Right now, take everything that's stressing you out, everything you're worried about, everything that's taking up mental space. Write it down if you need to. Now, for each thing, ask yourself one question. Can I directly control this outcome? Not, can I influence it? Not, can I try to make it happen? Can you directly control it? If the answer is no, it goes in the release category. And once it's in that category, you stop thinking about it. You accept it. You let it go. You redirect your energy elsewhere. Here's what this looks like in practice. You can't control whether someone likes you. Release it. You can't control whether you get the promotion. Release it. You can't control what people say about you. Release it. You can't control market conditions. Release it. You can't control other people's decisions. Release it. What you can control: how you treat people, how hard you work, how you react to criticism, how you prepare for opportunities, how you show up every day. These things are yours. Everything else, let it go. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you stop attaching your peace of mind to outcomes you cannot control. You do your best, and then you release the outcome. That's the Stoic way. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of your stress isn't from what's actually happening. It's from your resistance to what's happening. It's from your desperate attempt to control things that are outside your control. When you stop resisting, when you stop trying to force outcomes, the suffering disappears. This is where most people get it wrong. They think releasing control means becoming passive. They think it means not trying. But it's the exact opposite. When you release what you cannot control, you free up massive amounts of energy to focus on what you can control. You become more effective, not less. Think about it this way. Imagine you're trying to push a boulder up a hill, but the boulder is actually attached to the ground with chains. You can push all you want, but it's not moving. That's you trying to control things outside your power. Now imagine you stop pushing that boulder and instead focus on building your strength, your skills, your discipline. That's controllable. And when you focus there, you actually make progress. The most powerful men in history understood this. Marcus Aurelius couldn't control the plague that killed millions in Rome. He couldn't control the barbarians at the gates. He couldn't control the traitors in his court. But he could control his response, his discipline, his leadership. And that's what made him great. You're not going to control whether your business succeeds. Too many variables. But you can control your effort, your consistency, your willingness to learn from failure. You're not going to control whether someone loves you, but you can control whether you're someone worth loving. Your character, your integrity, your growth. This shift in perspective changes everything. When you stop trying to control outcomes and start focusing on your inputs, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You stop feeling helpless. Because there's always something you can control: your response. Here's the practice. When something doesn't go your way, pause. Don't react immediately. Ask yourself, what part of this situation is within my control? Not, how can I fix this? Not, why did this happen to me? Just, what can I control right now?
Maybe it's your attitude. Maybe it's your next action. Maybe it's how you choose to interpret what happened. Find that thing you can control and focus all your energy there. Everything else, release. This takes practice. Your brain has been conditioned for years to try to control everything. So when you start releasing things, it's going to feel wrong. It's going to feel like you're giving up. But you're not giving up. You're choosing your battles. And you're choosing to fight only the battles you can actually win. The freedom that comes from this is incredible. When you stop trying to control everything, you stop being anxious about everything. When you stop needing specific outcomes, you stop being disappointed when things don't go your way. When you stop caring what people think, you stop living for their approval. You become unshakable, not because nothing bad happens to you, but because you stop letting things outside your control affect your inner peace. You build a fortress within yourself that nothing external can penetrate. This is what the Stoics called the inner citadel. It's the part of you that remains calm no matter what storm is raging outside. It's your mind, your will, your character, and it's the only thing that's truly yours. Everything else can be taken from you, but nobody can take your ability to choose your response. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Read that again. The pain isn't from the event. It's from your resistance to the event. And you can stop resisting whenever you choose. Here's what changes when you release what you cannot control. You stop wasting energy on pointless worry. You stop getting angry at things that don't matter. You stop feeling helpless when things don't go your way. You stop living in fear of what might happen. Instead, you become focused, calm, purposeful. You know exactly where to direct your energy because you're no longer spreading it across 1,000 things you can't control. You become effective, and effectiveness is power. Let me be clear about what this isn't. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. You can still love people deeply without trying to control them. You can still pursue ambitious goals without attaching your self-worth to achieving them. You can still want things without needing them. The difference is this. When you release what you cannot control, you're not devastated when things don't go your way. You adapt, you adjust, you keep moving, because your peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. It comes from within. This is the ultimate freedom. Not freedom from problems, not freedom from difficulty. Freedom from being controlled by things outside your power. Freedom to choose your response no matter what happens. Freedom to remain at peace even when everything around you is chaos. So here's your action plan. Starting today, practice the dichotomy of control. Every time you feel stressed, anxious, or frustrated, stop. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, release it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Just let it go. This is a daily practice. You'll catch yourself trying to control things you can't control. That's normal. The key is to notice it, release it, and redirect your energy. Over time, this becomes automatic. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter, and you become unstoppable in the areas where you have real power. The Stoics weren't trying to create perfect lives. They were trying to create unshakable minds. Lives where external circumstances couldn't touch their inner peace, where they remained free no matter what happened to them. And they did this by mastering one simple principle. Focus on what you can control, release everything else. You're not going to control the world. You're not going to control other people. You're not going to control most of what happens in your life. But you can control yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your responses, your discipline. And when you master that, when you truly master that, nothing can break you. The world will still be chaotic. Life will still be unpredictable. Bad things will still happen. But you'll stand firm, unshaken, because you've stopped trying to control what you cannot control. You release yourself from that impossible burden, and you redirected all that energy into the one thing you can control, yourself. That's where your power lives. That's where your freedom lives. And that's where your peace lives, not in controlling the world, but in mastering your response to it. Release what you cannot control, master what you can, and watch as everything changes.